How y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen? This is Mario Matthews, owner and operator of MinutesTillDawn Productions. And today's video, we are going to be talking about the new conservative Republican right-wing talking points and where they getting their mojo from, or they stealing rather, when it comes to Kamala Harris's new VP candidate position. And before we get into this video, I'd just like to let everyone know that Minutes Till Dawn Productions is hosting a GoFundMe campaign for our new book, Hurricane America. Hurricane America is a nonfiction novel based on a true story of myself and my grandmother, our experiences and our family's experiences during Hurricane Katrina 2005. We'll be talking about the on the ground conditions of the before, during, and after of Hurricane Katrina and how the average black American descendant of slave family lived during that time and the conditions that culminated into the event that we all know. So please, if you don't mind, going to the GoFundMe link below in the video, click on that link and donate, please. That would be amazing. This book is projected to be released by the end of fall, and we are getting it popping right now, family. So thank y'all. I really appreciate y'all, and let's get into it. So, ever since it's been announced that Kamala Harris is the new VP candidate for the Democratic Party, there's been a lot of chatter online, hasn't it? And it's the chatter machine has been going crazy right now. Everybody blowing up around it, and there's all kind of stuff going on. But one thing, one of a few things rather, but in this video we're going to be talking about one of those things that stood out to me. But one thing really stood out to me when it comes to this, this information wheel that's going on right now is the Republican Party and numerous sort of Republican candidates and talking heads and a lot of people who are self-proclaimed conservatives within the conservative sort of the right-wing spectrum of the country. They've been using a lot of talking points that originated from ADOS. Okay? If you don't know who ADOS or what ADOS stands for American Descendants of Slavery. Okay? ADOS stands for American Descendants of Slavery. It is referring to the lineage, the specific lineage of black people who essentially had one or two slave ancestors that were subjected to chattel slavery within the United States of America. So that's what ADOS means. It is a lineage. It is a lineage marker. Okay. Now, the ADOS movement, spearheaded by Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore, shouts out to them. They are an amazing movement that has really given a lot of black American descendants of slavery fire and a voice to stand up for that which belongs to them, whether it is their justice claim or their identity itself. And one of the talking points for American descendants of slavery is to point out the differences between black Americans who have descended from American slavery or who have a slave descendant and persons from other countries, such as numerous places in the Caribbean. We're talking about Jamaica, Puerto Rico, all those different sort of countries who also have slave ancestry and slave roots in their respective countries, because these places have all been affected by the institution of slavery. However, there are distinct key cultural identity markers that differs from person to person based on regionality and lineage. Okay? And that is sort of the crust of the argument of ADOS, due to the fact that Americans descendant of slavery were chained and bred like cattle, yes, like cattle, in the United States of America. There is a distinct cultural difference as compared to a slave descendant of Jamaican descent, or a slave descendant of Puerto Rican descent, or a slave descendant of Ghanaian descent. You see, or Brazilian descent, and it goes on and on and on. Because pointing out these differences, that's not a bad thing. That means you acknowledge that a person's history and lineage and culture exist, and it should be respected, and it should be reconciled. Now, with that being said, there's been a lot of right-wingers, and these are people from all over the spectrum. We're talking about white people, we're talking about black people, all of which who identify themselves as conservative, sort of using these arguments as weapons in a political arena to attempt to bludgeon their opponents on the left, or Democrats or whatnot. However, anytime ADOS people go on record describing their unique justice claim for reparations specifically to American descendants of slavery here in the U.S., right-wingers will be the first ones to tell you that they do not support that and call you all kinds of names in a book, whether or not it's welfare queens or beggars or bums get a job. Oh, we don't owe y'all nothing. Our ancestors didn't enslave anybody, or I never enslaved anybody. Why should I pay you? All that stuff. All that stuff that they talk about when it comes to delivering justice, reconciling the past, doing what is necessary, paying the debt that is owed. They become oppositional. But when they want to use you and your culture and your lineage as a political bat to bludgeon their opponents, they will do so. And this is the cannibalistic sort of parental sort of it's disgusting, okay? It's utterly disgusting. You meant to tell me that you guys will be the first ones to dismiss us and our justice claim when it comes to reparations, specifically to American descendants of slavery. But when it comes to jabbing at your political opponent, you will use us as a tool, exactly like you did during slavery. Do you guys not understand that we are not your puppets? We are not your tools, and we will not bow down to your ridiculous, idiotic delusions of grandeur. We ain't playing games in this political arena. You can use all the talking points that you want to try to sound like us, but you ain't never gonna be us. Let's keep it real. And I'm saying this to everybody: white conservatives, black conservatives, ADOS conservatives. You could talk like us. You probably could even walk like us. but you can't be us. Because regardless of what happens, we standing on our square. We standing on our principles. We ain't going nowhere. We got a gate up now. For 50 years, we've been going through the little political ringer where people are using us as cannon fodder while they come up on off our backs. Whether it's affirmative action, whether it's like LGBTQ women's rights laws, using us as some sort of political prop, and then throwing us aside once you're done, once you got what you wanted, showing no sense of solidarity, and at the same time taking advantage of that which was supposed to be a quote-unquote coalition. We ain't falling for it no more. Either come correct or don't come at all. It's that simple. This is Mario Matthews, owner and operator of MinutesTillDawn Productions, and this is the end of the video. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and also, if you can, please go to GoFundMe.com right now or click the link below for the GoFundMe of Hurricane America, and please donate what you can. Really appreciate it, family. Y'all be cool. Take care.